Welcome to Biology My Passion. Today we are going to discuss Human Reproduction chapter, certain multiple choice questions and assertion and reasoning questions. Let's start with the first question. Reproduction in human beings is supported by different organs including primary sex organs, secondary sex organs and accessory organs. Identify the primary sex organ in male. So the options are vas deferens, testis, beard and penis. So here we have to understand what is meant by primary sex organs. Primary sex organs means the organs in which the gametes are being developed. So in case of males it is testis and in case of females it is ovary. So here our answer is testis, option B. Oogenesis is the process of gamete formation in human females. Gametogenesis is associated with reduction division. Which among the following is the ploidy of primary oocyte? You know, reduction division means meiosis. So during oogenesis, oogonia, which is diploid, which is the gamete mother cell, undergoes reduction division. But when it enters into meiosis 1, prophase 1, it gets arrested and that stage is called a primary oocyte. So since it is not completing the first stage of division, we can consider its ploidy as diploid. So primary oocyte is diploid in nature. Reproduction in human beings is a hormone-regulated mechanism. Which part among the following secretes the chorionic gonadotrophins? Placenta, ovary, pituitary and uterus. Chorionic gonadotrophins are secreted from the placenta. In human males, several ducts collectively perform the function of transferring the spermatozoa from the testis to the urethra. Arrange them in the correct sequence from seminiferous tubules to the urethra. So from seminiferous tubules it is going to retitestis to vasa efferentia, vasa efferentia to epididymis, then to vas deferens. So option A is correct. Genesis in human males is spermatogenesis and female it is oogenesis. If there are 100 primary spermatocytes and 100 primary oocytes are present, how many spermatozoa and ova will be produced from them? See, here we have to understand always there is a tendency to increase the number of male gametes and decrease the number of female gametes. So usually when we do, whether it is plants or animals, female gametes will be 1:1 ratio. That means one mother cell, ultimately only one gamete will form, though reduction division will give rise to 3 will degenerate. Whereas in case of males, from 1 into 4, it's a multiple of 4 all the time. So primary spermatocytes are 100. They undergo meiosis 1 to form 200 secondary spermatocyte. 200 spermatocytes, secondary spermatocytes, complete meiotic division to form 400 spermatozoa. Whereas 100 primary oocytes will complete meiosis 1 to form 100 secondary oocyte and 100 polar body. Then 100 secondary oocyte will undergo meiosis 2 to form again 100 ootids and 100 second polar body. So ultimately we are getting only 100. So the answer would be 400 spermatozoa and 100 ova. So answer is C. Testosterone, being the male sex hormone, controls the process of sperm formation. Which part of the human male reproductive system secretes the hormone? So testosterone is a male hormone. It is secreted by the Leydig cells. Leydig cells will be secreting androgens and testosterone is an androgen. So the answer is Leydig cells. In which event of reproduction does polar body form? Just now I mentioned during oogenesis polar body is formed. So answer is option B, oogenesis. Meiosis results in the formation of haploid gametes. The ovum released from the ovary during ovulation consists of. We know it is after first meiotic division, that means it has completed the haploid condition or the chromosome number has become half after meiosis 1. So here it contains only one X chromosome. Ovum means it's female gamete, so out of 2 X, only one X chromosome will be there. So the answer is 1 X chromosome. The process of delivery of the fetus is called parturition. In human beings, it's a neuroendocrine mechanism. The signals of parturition originate from It's a very repeatedly asked question. The answer is fully developed fetus and placenta. Option D. Human fetus show developmental milestones during different stages of gestation period. In which period does the fetal body get covered with fine hair? So it is towards the 7th month, that is, we can say end of 24th week. The type of cells that have the ability to give rise to all the tissues and organs in animals are called as stem cells. They are present in, the blastocyst stage. The blastomeres get rearranged into outer trophoblast and inner cell mass. And inner cell mass develops into the fetus, so it is the group of cells having the stem cells. So the answer is option B, inner cell mass. During pregnancy, several hormones are found at increased levels in the maternal blood for supporting the fetal growth and metabolic changes. Find the odd one out. Cortisol, thyroxine, prolactin, vasopressin. So we know of this, vasopressin is the antidiuretic hormone which is present throughout the time, not only during pregnancy. So the answer is D, vasopressin. For normal fertility, what percentage of sperms should be normal shape and what percentage should have vigorous motility? So at least 60% should be of normal shape and 40% should have vigorous motility. Mammary gland in female is a structure that contains glandular tissue and variable amount of fat. It has many ducts through which milk is transported. Which part enables the sucking out of milk from the mammary glands? So the answer here is lactiferous duct. The male ejaculates semen during copulation. The semen consists of calcium, fructose, spermatozoa and enzymes. So here you should clearly understand the difference between seminal plasma and semen. Seminal plasma is the secretion from seminal vesicle and prostate gland. It consists of calcium, fructose and enzymes. To this, when spermatozoa added, then we call it as semen. So when you write the composition of semen, spermatozoa is also included. Choose the odd one out. Fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and ovary. Of this, fallopian tube, uterus and cervix are the accessory ducts of female reproductive system, whereas ovary is the primary sex organ. So ovary is the odd one out. Option D. Male reproductive system includes a pair of testes, accessory ducts, glands and external genitalia. The male germ cells are found in. The male germ cells are actually forming in the inner wall of the seminiferous tubules. So the option is D. The process by which spermatozoa are released from the seminiferous tubule is called. Spermatozoa, after formation, they dip their head in the Sertoli cells, derive nutrition, and then they are removed from the seminiferous tubules through the ducts to the epididymis, and from there it goes through vas deferens and joins with the urethra. The process by which spermatozoa are released from seminiferous tubule is called spermiation. Here ejaculation is the semen is released out after coitus. Spermiogenesis is the transformation of spermatids into spermatozoa. Spermatogenesis is the process of formation of sperms, and spermiation is the release of sperms from the seminiferous tubules. Secretions of various glands and ducts are essential for maturation and motility of sperms. Which among the following is not related to this function? Here, epididymis, vas deferens and seminal vesicles contribute to the formation and movement of our spermatozoa, whereas bulbourethral gland has the function of lubricating the penis. So, here bulbourethral gland does not have the function in maturation and motility of sperms. So, answer is option A. In which stage of the menstrual cycle does the rapid secretion of gonadotrophins occur? Gonadotrophins are LH and FSH. Its rapid secretion occurs during the ovulatory phase because LH surge leading to the rupture of the Graafian follicle to release the mature ovum. Which one of the following does not form the accessory duct in human male? Vasa efferentia, vas deferens, urethra, rete testis. We know here urethra is the only one which is not forming the accessory duct, rest all are part of the duct system. So the answer is option C, urethra. Part of the oviduct connected to uterus is, we know the wider part of the oviduct is called infundibulum, which has got structures called fimbriae at the end. That is near the ovary. Then it leads into ampulla and then isthmus. So isthmus is the part which is closest to the uterus. So the answer here is isthmus, option B. Now let us look at an assertion reasoning question. Assertion: the endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle. Reason: myometrium exhibits strong contraction during delivery of the baby. So let us see whether these statements are true. Endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle is a correct statement. Whereas myometrium exhibits strong contraction during delivery of the baby is also correct. Uterine wall has got 3 layers. The innermost wall is called the endometrium, where all the cyclical changes are happening during menstrual cycle. The second muscular layer is called myometrium, which undergoes contraction during delivery. And the outer protective wall is the perimetrium. So here assertion and reason both are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So we can say option B is the correct answer. Next, assertion: LH acts at the Leydig cells. Reason: it stimulates synthesis and secretion of androgens. LH and FSH, that is luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormone, are 2 types of gonadotrophins, both in male and female. In male, luteinizing hormone acts on the Leydig cells, which in turn secretes the androgen. Whereas in female, LH surge leads to ovulation. So here assertion is true, reason is also true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Under normal condition, a human egg is fertilized in uterus, vulva, seminal vesicle, fallopian tube. You know it is happening inside the fallopian tube or oviduct. So option D is the correct answer. In male, androgen stimulates spermiogenesis, syngamy, spermiation, spermatogenesis. So option D is correct. Spermatogenesis is the formation of sperm in males, and that is stimulated by androgen or the male sex hormones. Hope these questions are useful for you for the upcoming examination. I wish you all the best for your examination. Hope you like this video. If you have any doubt, please ask in the comment section. I will definitely clarify your doubts. If you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Biology My Passion.